case you've been under a rock, there is a battle going on for control of the board at Disney. There's an annual Disney shareholders meeting going on, and you have investor Nelson Peltz, who runs the Train company. It's called Train. That's the name of the organization. Now, Train, 72% of Train is owned by Ike Perlmutter. It's like whenever Peltz comes around, if Princess Leia sees Ike, she's like, Ike Perlmutter, I could smell your stench. When I came on board, I was wondering who was holding on to Peltz's leash. So these two guys...
Charming.
Yeah, charming to the last. They've been trying to fight and get control of the board, get a couple of seats on the board, and there's been a big battle going on about who's going to get them and all that kind of stuff. Now, according to the international news organization Reuters, they're saying the battle pretty much done. This comes to us from them they said the following. Walt Disney Co. has secured enough shareholder votes to defeat the challenge against its board mounted by Nelson Peltz's hedge fund Train Fund Management. People familiar with the matter said on Tuesday. Enough votes had been cast on Tuesday evening to put Disney's board of directors safely ahead of Train's two challengers, Peltz and former Disney chief financial officer Jay Rousseau, the source said. So what happened the other day was, you've had a bunch of people coming out and supporting one or the other. Coming out in support of Bob Iger and Disney has been the largest single shareholder, individual shareholder, George Lucas came out in support. The Disney family came out and supported a lot of that kind of stuff, but it was still within a margin of error. But then yesterday, the single biggest shareholder of Disney company-wise, Vanguard, threw their support behind Bob Iger and Disney. And now the news organization says that pretty much does it. That puts them in the lead. They're going to win this thing. I love that picture. There goes Ike Perlmutter. Ike Perlmutter, who, by the way, once famously said that when they were replacing the actors to play Rhodey, and they were going to get Don Cheadle, and they were pitching Don Cheadle, said, I don't care if it's Don Cheadle. Just get me a black actor. The audience can't tell the difference. That's the guy who's been trying to get control of Disney. And vehemently, this is what's kind of the final straw, was fighting against, he was the CEO of Marvel, and kept holding back a Black Panther movie, saying audiences don't want to see movies with black people. They don't want to see them. Can't work. 2 films and $2.1 billion later, he's choking on that again. He's choking on it. This is very good news. I think most of the people who are shareholders of Disney understood that the company is heading back in the right direction. Now that Bob Iger is back, they're getting things settled again. The prime players, George Lucas, the Disney family, Vanguard, all have rallied behind it. So it looks like this is over. Now, Reuters is quick to point out the official results won't be announced till tomorrow. And there are people who have said they're voting one way who do have time, according to the rules, to change their votes. So a stunner could happen. Like, people could change their votes overnight and maybe it goes a different way. But it looks like right now that Disney has won the battle against Ike Perlmutter and Nelson Peltz. Anyway, Rob, you read about this. You heard about Vanguard coming in and then weighing in. Do you think this settles it, or do you think we could still be in for some drama tomorrow?
You can't fight BlackRock or Vanguard. You can't.
Yeah.
The Vanguard, basically what people don't understand is Vanguard and BlackRock basically control Earth. Yeah. And so if you can't go up once Vanguard or BlackRock, BlackRock's number 1, Vanguard's number 2. Sorry if you guys don't, if you want to fight amongst yourselves about that, please don't come after me at late night and extinguish me. But I do think, look, I think this is a good thing. I think it's a distraction. I think Disney needs to get back to their core brand and do what they do best, which is entertaining everyone through various means. And Disney's been a mess. They've been a mess since the pandemic. Bob Iger's second reign has not gone as well as anybody hoped. I think all of this distraction needs to go away, and they need to focus on what Disney has always done best, that they really figured out when The Little Mermaid came out what to do. They spent 2.5 decades or 3 decades being awesome, and now they've been derailed. So let's put that train back on the track so we can go to all the realms in Disneyland and not be distracted.
I think on top of that, too, because you're talking about distractions, this whole thing in this special purpose
in Florida.
land in Florida is kind of settled now, and I think a lot of that is able to be put behind them now, and they can move forward. So.
By the way, I also want to bring this up too. Like, since the Bob Iger reign, the first big bunch of it is about damage control from what happened under Bob Chapek's era. And just to point out, like, since Iger took over control, this is year to date. If you want to take a look at this, this is the Disney stock price since Bob Iger took back over. So they have been slowly trying to fix the damage, take out that organizational structure that Bob Chapek put in that nearly destroyed the company, reinvested authority and power back into the creatives like Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige's finally in charge of Marvel again now. And just doing that stuff. And look, we always say this, whenever a new regime takes over, it takes 1.5 to 3 years to really see the results. But when you actually look at what's happening, Disney is heading back in the right direction. Now, when we're going to have to see how do they handle the marketing and get awareness out there for Deadpool and Wolverine, what happens, after that, that's going to be the key things that we're going to have to see. And that's still months away. But I think that's why a lot of the Disney shareholders have backed Disney on this and not gone with Peltz. It's like, yeah, and listen, the one thing that Peltz and Perlmutter will say that I agree with was that the current Disney board botched the succession plan. The current Disney board botched the succession plan and made a huge mistake by installing Bob Chapek. And they said, yeah, it was damaged during the Chapek era, but who put Chapek in that position?
Right.
Y'all did. And on that point, I agree. But I got to say, even I, as critical as I have been of Bob Chapek, you remember when they hired him, I was all for it. On paper, it was a good hire. All the mess at first, well, you can't blame him that he was taking over when a pandemic was shutting everything down. It wasn't until later when he started doing the organizational restructure, moving the power balance, taking away the creative's abilities, all that kind of stuff. So I get that, but I do agree with him on that one point that it was this board's mistake and they've got to have a better succession plan moving forward because Iger's only going to be around for another 1.5 years or so. And they better have somebody really good in place or else we're just going to be right back to square one again. So here's hoping they can do a better job with that. Guys, we want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by overpriced wireless providers, if we've learned anything, is that there's always a catch. So when I heard that for a limited time, all Mint Mobile wireless plans are $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them, it all made sense. There isn't one. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is that they sell wireless services online. They cut out the cost of retail stores and pass those sweet savings on to you. And guys, ever since I switched over to Mint Mobile, I am spending less than 1/3 on my wireless bills than I used to with one of the major carriers. So say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with your existing contacts. So guys, to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions may apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Anyway, question is for you guys. What do you think? It sounds like the battle is done and Peltz and Perlmutter have lost. Maybe a stunner comes out of nowhere tomorrow. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.